also joined by brilliant consumer expert Kat Cereda from Consumer Champion, of which, Kevin, you are a huge fan. Can you say that?
I am. I use Which all the time. I look for the best buys. And I've never been disappointed yet. I'm sure there'll be a first time. I always like to qualify it.
Oh, you're in trouble now. There's no pressure at all, Kat. You're going to be helping us to navigate the confusing world of refunds, returns and replacements. And it is confusing. You know, whether you've lost a receipt, you bought something online, simply changed your mind when it arrived. What are your rights? Are you always entitled to a refund or replacement? If something's faulty, not as described, or just not what you expected? What happens when the company won't help you, and can you challenge that afterwards? Kat, it's lovely to have you. You're going to take some calls as well, 0207 862 2222. This is the reality, is that not only do people not understand their rights when it comes to returns and refunds, but you've been finding out that even businesses don't really know what they should be doing and shouldn't be doing.
Exactly. So we actually had a recent example with a lady who shopped at Argos. She bought herself quite a nice radio, not a cheap one, got home, plugged it in, realised that's not the one she wanted. It's important to note that when she purchased it, she got it through click and collect. OK,
so she bought it online but collected it in person at the shop.
Sure.
OK, so
she went home, plugged it in, decided that's not the one for me, went back the next day to get a refund. And they said because she plugged it in, she wasn't entitled to it. She was like, no, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm leaving this here. I'm going to contact Argos on my own separately. Because they said because she plugged it in that she wouldn't be entitled.
And all of this was within the 14 days, which we're going to come to in a bit, but within the period where if you buy online, you can return it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, in the end, they ended up changing their mind. They did end up refunding her and giving her £50 compensation. And we are happy to see that they've since changed their terms and conditions so that now that click and collect orders will also get that 14-day cooling off period.
The point here is that she bought it without seeing it. And it feels to me like that law, the consumer contracts regulations, they are there to protect you when you can't try the thing out, see the quality, feel it, touch it, all the things that you would do if you're in a shop, right? That's the way it should work. So a big win for Argos customers and a big win for Which as well. Kevin, Claire, are you guys, when it comes to refunds, are you terriers or are you turtles? Do you just shrink back into your shell and think, well, there we go, lost my money?
I'm a turtle, so I'm all, I like it or lump it.
I'm not surprised.
But I noticed with my daughter, I bought her a pair of boots and she must have worn them for 4 or 5 months. And I could see the heel was down, but then the stitching began to come away at the front and she took them back to the shoe shop and she got a refund. Now, was that just because she was in there causing trouble?
This tees us up perfectly for the next bit. But let's.
Or did she have rights? Was it a force of personality, or did she legally have an entitlement?
It's a great case study. We're going to come to it in a second. How about you, Claire? Are you a terrier?
What do you think?
I've just got the feeling that you might like to get your teeth into it.
Yes.
I don't know if turtle have teeth.
You can imagine them. It's not her again. Quick, put the close sign on the door.
And that's just the bus driver. No, I think it's really important. People, money is hard to come by these days, any day. And if you work hard for something, you save up, you buy something, you want to feel, one, good about it, and two, affirm so that it's the right thing for you to do. And if something just doesn't work, then you owe it to yourself to either to complain about it or take it back.
OK, listen, it's fantastic. We've got one of each, basically. I want to come back to Kevin's example there. 5.5 months. What are his rights? What are the rights he should be calling on in that situation to be able to get a result? And was his daughter within her rights?
So in this situation, because the item was faulty, there's a thing called the 6-month switch up. And
sorry.
Essentially, so you have your standard 30 days if you don't like something. But in the first 6 months, if an item is faulty, the company do owe you at least one repair of the item. And if they can't repair it, they should either refund you or replace the item. After 6 months, the onus becomes on you to prove that, it's not you that's broken the product, essentially. But yes, she did have rights.
So is that across all goods? That 6 month,
I think cars are exempt.
Yes, cars are the only time which I think is where you return the item, and if you have used it, they can give you less money.
Right. And the 30 days, I've also heard that mentioned. Is that almost like an automatic return that you get if something fails within that 30 days?
So ultimately, if something's faulty, no matter whether you buy it online or in store, you do have this whole 6 months, but you do have the first 30 days where you can demand a refund, a replacement or a repair. It is slightly different if you're just returning something because you don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in that situation, it does depend if it was in store. Or
Right, buying online, okay, so how do things change? We talked a little bit about that with your case study there. With
Sure. So if you buy something in store, for example, you want a jumper, you see the colour of it, you see the texture, you like how it fits. In that situation, if you then decide that you don't like it, you know, you've had your opportunity to see the product, so they're not legally obligated to give you a
might
refund.
be store policy or
Yeah,
something
store
that can
policy.
help you out.
However, if you buy something online, you have what's called a 14-day call-off period where it can arrive. You'll be like, oh, that's nothing like I expected, and you are entitled to get that
And it's
refund.
literally you don't like it. No,
Yeah.
no excuse, no reason needs to be given in that case.
Sure, because you haven't had the luxury of seeing it in person.
And again, only if you have it specially made for you, it can be slightly different, can't it? Because
Sure.
it's hard to send back. Okay, do I need to have a receipt to take something
That's
back?
what I was going to ask.
Well, again, it depends in the circumstances as to why you're giving it back. If you're giving back because it's faulty, then you don't need to have a receipt. You just have to have proof of payment. However, if you've decided that you don't like it, in that situation, they might be a bit trickier about needing a receipt from you.
But within that 14-day period, buying something from a shop, you have your receipt. You want an exchange or a refund. Can you not get a full refund anymore?
Within the say that again.
Within 14 days, you've
Yeah.
bought something off the peg.
Sure.
You've changed your mind. You don't want it. You
Well,
haven't
they're
worn
not
it.
legally obligated to refund.
See, I think that's a
refund
really
you.
important point.
Yeah, yeah.
because
So buying online gives you those extra
gives you the
rights
extra
that you
rights,
don't, because
yes.
you've seen it. That's the
Yeah.
point there. Okay. So what's the approach that wins? Is it terrier or turtle that gets you the best results?
I mean, we're
Victim or survivor?
I would argue both, but I guess it depends on the method that you are the terrier. So we'd always say, you know, if there is an issue going into the store, keeping it, I'm sure you're always very polite.
Thank
But
you.
Keeping it polite. If they are not giving you what you want.
Put that axe down.
All right, keep it polite. Listen, we're going to keep it polite and give you some quick fire scenarios, Claire and Kev. We want a simple yes or no. Can you get your money back and why? First, you buy a pair of shoes from a shop, you take them home in the box, your wife hates them. Can you get a refund? Kev?
Yes.
Claire?
It's subjective. It's up to the shop.
It is store policy. You're absolutely right. Am I right, Kat?
But you're not
absolutely
listening
right.
to any of
Yeah,
that.
but I was.
You were hearing
know,
it.
like,
Right, next one. You buy a
In
new
your
TV.
shell.
You buy a new TV online. You plug it in. It doesn't work. Can you get a refund?
Of course you can.
I'm going with her.
Yeah, you're just going to say what she says. Absolutely right. Yes,
Great
you can.
student.
Finally, you order 4 T-shirts online to try different sizes. You keep one. You want to return the other 3. You've bought them online. Can you do it, Kev?
How shall I answer?
Kev,
Yes,
you
you can.
don't ask
yes,
her.
yes.
You'd say yes.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. 14 days. Is that right, Kev?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I've had great students today.
They finally they were listening to me. It took a while. Listen, Kat, before we finish, give us your top 3 tips for returns and
So
refunds.
I would always say keeping it polite. You know,
Don't look at me. I am. Don't listen to him.
Always
Might be his show.
keeping it polite.
Yeah.
You don't need a receipt if the item is faulty. And remember to escalate it if they're not giving you what you want.
Okay, evidence is key, isn't
Yes.
it? Whatever you can bring to the table in terms of why it's
Keeping a paper
faulty,
trail.
how you're paid, all that stuff is always brilliant. Kat, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks so much for wrangling them so well.